In today's episode of Virtual Vitamin Z, we are going to be playing some tiger trivia in honor of International Tiger Day, which occurs every year on July 29th. The structure of this game is that there are going to be 4 rounds. In round 1, there will be 2 questions worth 1 point each. In round 2, there will be 2 questions worth 2 points each. In round 3, there will be 2 questions worth 3 points each. And finally, in round 4, there will be 1 question on which you can wager anywhere between 0 and 3 points. The rules of the game are, first of all, please don't post your answers in the comments. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to answer the questions. Number 2, keep track of your own score. And then finally, number 3, at the end of the game, you can share your score in the comments. Ready? Let's get started. Round 1. Question number 1 is, the Detroit Zoo's Devereaux Tiger Forest is one of USA Today's 10 best zoo exhibits of 2021. Is that true or false? Question number 2. Every individual tiger has a unique stripe pattern. Is that true or false? All right, moving on to round number 2. Question number 3. What is the subspecies of Nikolai, one of the tigers who lives at the Detroit Zoo? Is it A, Sumatran, B, Amur, C, Indian, or D, Malayan? Question number 4. What is the conservation status of the Amur tiger? Are they A, least concern, B, threatened, C, endangered, or D, critically endangered? All right, moving on to round number 3. Question number 5. How many tigers live at the Detroit Zoo? And question number 6. What is the name for a group of tigers? And finally, round number 4. And as a reminder, in this round, there'll be 1 question, and you can wager anywhere from 0 to 3 points on it. Question number 7. What percentage of the captive tiger population in the United States lives in Association of Zoos and Aquariums accredited facilities? All right, it's time for the answers. Let's go back to question number 1. Question number 1, the Detroit Zoo's Devereaux Tiger Forest is one of USA Today's 10 best zoo exhibits of 2021. That is true. We have an incredible tiger habitat here at the Detroit Zoo that features really all of our mission pillars: animal welfare, conservation, sustainability, and humane education, and is definitely worth checking out. Question number 2, every individual has a unique stripe pattern. That is also true. In fact, they say that a tiger's stripes are like a human's fingerprints in that sense. And one of the cool things about that is it means that when we do visit the zoo and see the tigers who live here, we are able to recognize them as individuals if we can remember their unique stripe patterns. It's also something that's really helpful for conservationists because when they're looking at trail camera images of tigers, they can use those stripe patterns to determine whether they're seeing different tigers or multiple images of the same tiger. All right, question number 3. What is the subspecies of Nikolai, one of the tigers who lives at the Detroit Zoo? Nikolai is an Amur tiger. And the Amur tiger is also known as the Siberian tiger, and they live in parts of Russia and China in the wild. Question number 4, what is the conservation status of the Amur tiger? These tigers are endangered, and that calls out one of the reasons why it's so important to promote conservation of tigers. These tiger subspecies are all endangered, and the Amur tiger, for example, is listed as endangered. So it's really important to support tiger conservation by doing things like supporting AZA-accredited zoos and aquariums and other facilities. Question number 5. How many tigers live at the Detroit Zoo? The answer is 3, Kisa, Nikolai, and the newest arrival, Amelia. Question number 6. What is the name for a group of tigers? Tigers in groups can be known as streak or an ambush, although in the wild, tigers are typically solitary animals, so you won't likely see a streak or an ambush in the wild, but if you do, you can call them a streak or an ambush. And then finally, question number 7. What percentage of the captive tiger population in the United States lives in association of zoos and aquariums accredited facilities? Unfortunately, only 6%. The other 94% of tigers live in places like roadside zoos, unaccredited facilities, and this is a real issue because tigers require a lot of resources and a lot of knowledge to be able to not just survive, but also thrive. And Association of Zoos and Aquariums accredited facilities are able to provide them those resources, whereas other facilities are not. All right, so here at the Detroit Zoological Society, and specifically the Berman Academy for Humane Education, our mission is helping people help animals. So now that we've learned a little bit more about tigers, what are some things that we can do to help tigers? Well, as I said, one thing we can do is we can support Association of Zoos and Aquariums accredited facilities like the Detroit Zoo. We can also teach other people about the differences between AZA accredited facilities and roadside zoos and why roadside zoos are not appropriate places for tigers to live because they don't have the resources and knowledge to be able to thrive and not just survive. And then finally, this isn't directly helping tigers, but here in Detroit, we don't have tigers living in the wild, but there are some wild feline species who do live out in our environment, including, for example, domesticated cats. They're not wild, they're domesticated, feral cats, and then also bobcats. And so one of the things that we can do to support other feline species is promote coexistence with them. Practice things like recognizing that they have needs too, and that we need to respect those needs, and things like that. So again, not directly helping tigers, but it is helping a species of felines, or multiple species of felines. So as I said, the Detroit Zoological Society is home to the Berman Academy for Humane Education, which has the mission of helping people help animals. And I hope that by playing this round of tiger trivia, you have learned a little bit more and also been inspired to go out and help tigers on this International Tiger Day, as well as every day. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.